You're now watching Q News. Here are the top stories for this hour. At least 45 Palestinians have been killed and dozens injured in Israeli shelling on Beit Lahia in northern Gaza. Palestinian media reported that Israeli artillery targeted several homes in the town overnight, resulting in extensive casualties. Israeli forces have detained at least 25 Palestinians across the West Bank in the last 24 hours. The arrests occurred in multiple provinces, including Ramallah, Nablus, and Qalqiliyah. Since the onset of Israel's recent military campaign against Palestinians on October 7th, the number of Palestinians detained in the West Bank has now exceeded 11,500. Israeli warplanes have bombed the third floor of Kamal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza. The strike ignited a warehouse storing medicines and medical supplies received just 5 days ago from the World Health Organization. Medical sources reported that all surgical services at the hospital have been suspended due to the ongoing attacks. The Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the Occupied Palestinian Territory, including East Jerusalem and Israel, has condemned the rising number of child deaths in Gaza amid Israeli strikes. Chris Sidoti stressed that children are not terrorists and warned that the conflict risks transforming the occupied territories into a terrorism creation factory in the coming decades.
Since then, at least as of last week,
the U.S. State Department has reported that it has not observed a significant improvement in aid reaching Palestinians in Gaza. The United States warned Israel to take steps in the next month to improve the humanitarian situation in Gaza or risk potential restrictions on U.S. military aid. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin wrote to Israeli officials earlier this month demanding concrete measures to address worsening conditions in the Palestinian enclave. Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati has expressed hope that a ceasefire deal with Israel could be announced within days. Mikati noted that he initially believed a deal would not be possible until after Tuesday's U.S. presidential election. However, he grew more optimistic after discussions with U.S. envoy for the Middle East, Amos Hochstein, who is scheduled to travel to Israel today. Smoke rose in the southern Lebanese village of Kafr Kila after the Israeli occupation army blew up houses and targeted the nearby village of Khiam with incendiary ammunition. The occupation forces advanced operations overnight on the eastern outskirts of Khiam, carrying out a series of strikes using a range of weapons including machine guns, artillery shells and airstrikes. Three people have been killed in an Israeli airstrike on the western Beqa town of Sohmur. Additionally, one person was killed in an Israeli drone strike that targeted a motorcycle in Qaraun, also in the western Beqa region of eastern Lebanon, according to local Lebanese media. The Kremlin has stated that Ukraine's leadership appeared increasingly nervous about Russian advances along the front line, noting Kiev's recent request for long-range Tomahawk missile from the United States. Tomahawk missiles have a range of 2,500 kilometers, significantly farther than any missile currently in Ukraine's arsenal. Russia indicated that such a delivery would be viewed as an escalation in the ongoing conflict. This concludes our top headlines for this hour. Don't forget to follow Q News on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram and TikTok at Qnews EGY to stay informed. For real-time updates, connect with us on the UMS digital platform. Watch it. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates on Q News.